Atomic Monsoon.
Welcome to the Monsoon.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Atomic Monsoon.
Brand new
Yes, it's a brand new episode.
Monsoon.
Yes, that.
How soon is that?
And we won't be as disappointing as New Coke either.
Oh, that was sad.
Ouch.
For 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
I still remember it, though.
I don't, but nobody cares.
well,
And Stephanie wasn't born yet, so
No.
that is
let's
also
not
true.
leave her out of the conversation. Stephanie, talk to us about stuff.
Well, as we know, Valentine's Day was yesterday. So,
Yes.
today
For
we're-
us, yes.
Yes.
Well, yes, for us. We're in. Pretty much, we're going to talk about, how much we all love video games and video game stuff today.
Oh.
But I do
Yeah,
have a
that
couple
works.
of news that isn't video game related that I wanted to get out of the way first.
Okay.
The audacity of the...
Are these other
something.
things that you
Yeah,
love?
no.
Of course.
Okay.
Oh,
It's Disney and
I
Star
imagine
Wars.
they'd be nerdy things,
Oh.
so of course we love it. Oh, well, yes, Disney
Yeah,
and Star Wars.
those are nerdy
those
things
are-
that
yeah.
Stephanie loves.
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
she was born with that wheelhouse in hand.
Born with the Disney one. Star Wars one came later.
Well, they're Disney now, so.
Yeah.
Yep. So, first, the big one is the Frozen 2 teaser dropped.
Yeah, I watched that. It looks exciting?
Yes, it does.
Question mark?
I haven't seen the first one, so I have
Okay.
no...
To give you if you want just a bit of an idea without really spoiling anything at all,
I saw a couple episodes of the Once or Happily Ever After, whatever it was, the one where all the characters was the Disney show.
Oh, yeah,
where,
Once Upon a
all-
Time.
There we go, Once Upon a
Yeah.
Time. So I kind of know who the characters are just because I saw
Yeah.
like 2 episodes of that, so it's like, okay.
no, they're in that. They're in that. Anna and Elsa and Kristoff are in that.
There we go. That's
yeah.
what they were.
But no, so just think the original one is very much kind of Disney formulaic in the sense of just happily ever after and magic and things like that. But there are there's subtle differences here or there. Frozen 2 looks like it was made by someone else almost. Like the mood and the theme of what the mere teaser was completely different than the original film.
Yeah.
Kind of like Will Smith this week as the genie.
Yeah.
There's also that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking
So-
of things that would look like they were made by someone else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's still made by the same people. It's just like it's almost a different like entity on its own in a way.
Yeah.
It's like okay, here,
Is it like a
let it
different
go.
animation style and stuff,
No,
or-
no,
No,
same
no.
thing. Same
No,
one.
but it looks... The first one looked like a Disney princess, and this one looks like...
An action film.
Yeah, like a boy's adventure film.
Like the first few moments
So-
of the teaser is Elsa using her magic powers to try to cross the ocean and failing a couple times.
And then Anna
okay.
swings a sword at the camera
So
and
it's
you
like-
die.
That
It's going to be like a, I doubt it will be as traumatizing, but like a modern day kind of like Secret of NIMH kind of thing where it's kind of a more
Maybe?
serious story.
Maybe.
to be determined. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not coming
like,
out till like
you know.
Thanksgiving.
It's like a
Kids
45
today,
second
I think,
teaser.
would
So
be in like trauma wards if they watch Secret of NIMH anymore, but...
I was in a trauma ward after watching Secret of NIMH.
Really?
No.
I loved that cartoon
yeah.
growing up, man.
So, but no, we don't know. And besides, we're not going to get. I don't think we're going to get much more information until much later. Probably not till D23 in
I was going to
August.
say, I think there's
Yeah.
D23 this year.
Yeah, so we're not going to get much more information till
Probably
then.
we'll get a
but
ton of information, I imagine.
Yeah.
We'll probably be getting to
Oh,
see
yeah.
like first footage of like the Mandalore and all that kind of stuff, or Mandalorian.
that might be during Star Wars Celebration, but we don't know yet.
Yeah, maybe,
So, because
maybe.
that's also this year too.
Yeah.
So either way, though, but that was the thing that dropped, and I'm super excited. Another thing is. There was a couple of news involving Star Wars Episode 9.
Okay.
One was an article that released saying that Episode 9 is the end of the Skywalker story.
Okay, so no
Okay.
more Skywalkers after this?
No more Skywalkers after this.
Okay.
We have completed the circle of Skywalker.
Okay.
After this, it sounds like. And then the other news is that it sounds like they just finished production today.
Oh.
Not like behind the scenes editing
No,
type
right,
production,
but
but
all
like
the
filming.
filming, yeah.
Like any last minute shoots, any of that stuff. It sounds like that has completed today.
Okay.
So
So it's all post from here till December.
It's all post from here to December, and Celebration is in April, so that means probably we're going to be seeing a teaser trailer here very soon.
Okay.
Back for a moment ago, you said it was the end of the Skywalker story, so
Yeah.
that kind of spoils at least something for the next movie then, correct?
Well, it just, it just spoils that the next ones won't be focused on the Skywalker family.
That
I
That
suppose,
doesn't necessarily mean
yeah.
that everyone dies or
I mean, it's not Game of
nobody
Thrones.
has kids or anything, right? It's just, we're not telling stories about the Skywalkers anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's probably just going to be finishing Luke and Leia's story. I mean, I know Luke's going to be Force Ghost in this one. We already know that Mark Hamill's in the movie, but it's
and
so
and we don't have
the
Carrie Fisher
hologram
anymore.
of Carrie Fisher is in this one.
yeah.
So
it's,
that leaves Ben, who's only half Skywalker.
Yeah.
Oh, but does
So-
it spoil that then?
I don't know.
I was kinda
That's what
like-
I'm saying.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
As someone who doesn't like that character, it's not disappointing at all. It's disappointing. The Skywalker line is gone, but
but I mean, technically, he's part of the Solo Skywalker line,
Right,
but he's
still.
not direct. It's
He's
all
still-
confusing.
yeah. Unless we find out Rey's a Skywalker too,
We don't know yet.
we don't know.
To be determined.
Or Finn. Finn could be a Skywalker.
Totally.
You don't know.
It's totally believable. He was adopted by Luke.
Poe Skywalker.
hey, I'd be totally okay if they threw some random person there as Mara Jade and be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
she was in the Empire and she just gave her body to or
Yeah.
her kid to the troopers. It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah. That would be a retcon I'd be
Sold.
all right with.
Hey,
So-
speaking of weird nerdy things we love before we get into video games, although mine's somewhat tangentially video game related.
Okay.
It was announced today, the day after Valentine's Day, so it's February 15th, 2019. That's what year we are. That Rooster Teeth, the guys that made Red vs. Blue,
yes.
and Ruby, and
Yes.
some other fun things.
yes, like Genlock.
Yeah, they're going to be producing the new animated Transformers series based on the War for Cybertron toy line that's coming out right now, and it will be streaming on Netflix.
Okay, so let me just say something really quick. So I have friends that are obsessed with Ruby, and they really, really enjoy it.
Sure.
I've seen the first few episodes of Genlock, and it's really, really good.
Yeah.
That might be in good hands.
I am just waiting for the moment where Starscream calls Megatron a team-killing F-tard, because that will be
That'll be
fantastic. Or someone calls someone else a cockbite. It'll be magical. Yeah. Oh, hey, also we should thank our friends at Def M Records for providing our theme music.
Oh,
yes.
always.
I told them we would do that every episode, and I forget sometimes. So here we are, not at the top, but we told them, go to defmrecords.com and find some awesome music. It's great.
Indeed.
Indeed. Speaking of music, Childish Gambino, also known as Donald Glover, won a few Grammys a couple weekends ago.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
good for him. Good,
In
good job,
absentia.
Donald.
I like Community, so...
I like Lando and Community, and
That's right. He was Lando.
He also has really good music too. So.
Yeah. I have some video game news that I found last night.
Oh.
So Tetris 99 is a thing that dropped for the Nintendo Switch, and it's available only if you're subscribed to the Nintendo Switch online service, and it's huge expensive amount of $20 a year. It's free once you're subscribed, so you don't have to pay for it, except that you do. And it's Tetris against 98 other players from around the world.
Oh, geez.
And
Tetris
so-
Battle Royale.
Yeah. So, you're looking the most of the screen is your Tetris field, right? And you get your Tetraminos dropping, and you're making your lines and stuff. But all around the sides of the screen are the other players,
Oh my gosh.
and you can use the right thumbstick to direct which one you're dropping your lines on when you make lines, and then they're all directing which ones. They can all
They
direct
do it as
towards
well.
you.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I played a few games last night. I got like 13th place, or 13 out of 19 before I got killed one game. I got like 33 another game. I got like 12 another game. So I did okay. Nothing like spectacular. I didn't win, but I also I'm not a competitive Tetris person, right? I haven't played a lot in a long time.
Something I never thought I'd hear in my life, competitive Tetris.
I know, right?
And yet...
Yeah.
Here we are.
But what's funny is like at first it's like, okay, cool, like I'm playing Tetris, and every so often like a line will pop up underneath my Tetraminos, and
Yeah.
like, cool, I gotta like whatever, there's extra gray blocks, so I gotta clear those out too. As you get closer and closer to the end, and there's fewer and fewer players, suddenly, hey, you're not getting like 1 or 2 lines at a time, you're getting like 6 extra lines at a time,
Oh,
or
wow.
like 8 extra lines, and like there was one point where my screen was clear. I had like half a row at the bottom, and like boom, half my screen is filled up.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like, oh, right, because there's only 11 other players right now,
Yeah.
and they're all dropping their stuff on me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's a lot of fun. If you like Tetris, I definitely recommend checking it out. If you don't have really good dexterity and you can't think quickly, work on that.
And play regular Tetris.
Yeah. Also, while I was downloading that, I was looking at the news on the the Switch news feed, and apparently there's a Nintendo Direct a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And so just a couple of highlights from that. There was a trailer drop for a remake of Zelda Link's Awakening, which is an old original Game Boy game.
Nice.
I didn't really get much of a chance to play that, so checking that out on the Switch with updated 3D graphics looks like it might be pretty fun.
I didn't look to see if are they going to include all the DX content as well? Because when it was released for Game Boy Color as Nintendo, or as the the DX license, it had like an extra dungeon and a few extra other things.
I didn't look in to see if any of that was addressed at all. I just kind of watched the trailer and I was like, oh yeah, this is a nice.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that until just now.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
So I don't know. After 10 years away, Marvel Ultimate Alliance is coming back with a third game, subtitled The Black Order. And so, hey, you pick your favorite Marvel characters and you fight Thanos and his kids.
Yeah.
Right? So if you liked Infinity War and you want to play it with a slightly different team and maybe not turn to dust, hey, you're making a game.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, the first two are on the current systems. They haven't aged that great.
No.
I mean, they were made like PS2.
yeah. The first one was definitely a PS2 game.
But they're still fun games.
Yeah. Final Fantasy IX is up right now. You can just go play Final Fantasy IX. Like, they didn't make a HD remake or anything. They just just Final Fantasy IX. Play it, enjoy it, have fun. I've never really been huge into Final Fantasy, but that was still cool. Like,
it's a good one.
Yeah.
I like Final Fantasy IX. I felt like the side stuff was more fun in 8, but 9 I felt had a way better story at the time.
Okay, yeah.
So it was a good game.
Yeah. And then Super Mario Maker 2 got announced.
Ooh.
Nice.
I really enjoyed Super Mario Maker on the Wii U, except the problem with that game is it's on the Wii U.
Yeah.
And so, as much as I enjoy everything I got for the Wii U...
also on 3DS, I think.
There is a 3DS version, yeah.
I
don't have a 3DS, so... That sort of leaves me out of that. But seeing that there's a new one coming out for the Switch, and the Switch has a much larger install base than the Wii U ever had.
Yeah.
Hey, great. That's more infinite levels that I'm going to get to play.
There you go.
I'm just like, I want to play Mario, and I don't want to play the same, 70 levels on the
Those levels
game.
can get so frustrating sometimes, though. You click on the wrong one, and it's just like, what?
Yeah. I don't play those ones very long. Like, I'll try them once or twice, and I'm like, okay, all right, cool, thanks. I'm not playing this for hard mode, guys.
Some people are evil.
It's very true.
Like, I don't know if either of you watch the Game Grumps, but Ross from the Game Grumps makes some incredibly hard levels that I've watched. The two main guys, Aaron and Danny, when they play, they're getting so frustrated and ragey, and it's so hysterical to watch.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, watching other people get mad is pretty funny sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason,
It's part of the
yes.
reason that Twitch has done so well.
Oh, that's probably true. Yeah.
Because everybody likes to watch other people play video games.
Yeah.
Oh, I should totally play Tetris 99 on Twitch.
Do it.
I should make a Twitch channel.
Do it.
There you go.
I'll
follow.
Well,
I don't have a Twitch, though.
With the backstretching that Microsoft and Nintendo have been doing, you might want to look at Mixer. A lot of people are switching over to that anyway for different advertising reasons and things like that, and also for content reasons, because there has been some weird...
I can be a big fish in a small pond, rather than a small fish in a much bigger pond.
Yep.
Right? So
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So... That's cool.
Good times.
What do you got for video game news, Josh?
There's a few things that came out this weekend. We've got, I don't know if anybody's been seeing it. There's this random game got dropped called Apex Legends. I don't know if you've seen that or anything.
I've heard some things about
some
that.
free to play game that everyone is watching and playing. Apparently, they had more people playing it and watching it on Twitch than Fortnite the other day. It was just it's gone insane. That came out recently. It's on Xbox, PlayStation, all those good things, PC, I don't know did they do a version of it on the Switch?
I have no idea.
I didn't even look. That came out. But then on the other side, we have Anthem, which is an EA game that's kind of like a Destiny clone kind of thing.
Okay.
Didn't have a very good demo that got put out. There was a lot of bugs, a lot of problems with it, but it came out today if you pre-ordered it, and then it comes out in a couple days for people that are members of the EA Access on your either PC or one of your home consoles. Okay. And that's getting ready to get playable for everyone here pretty soon. So it'll be interesting to see the improvements. People are getting to play it today on PC. Okay. And if you pre-order it, you're getting to play it as well. So it'll be interesting to see, what the difference is for those, because that was a super hyped game that lost a lot of hype because the demo went so poorly. And it's got a lot of bad press and everything. Plus, it's EA, and that's how that goes. Yeah. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And then Bethesda may have put their foot in their mouth again with
good.
Rage 2. They announced what the packages are going to be, and with the one that's the like special collector's edition that costs $20 more, it comes with a progression booster, so basically an experience boost.
Okay.
And what they're putting as Wasteland cheat codes.
What?
And that's your extra $20 thing. And this is supposed to be a cooperative online multiplayer kind of game. And they're putting a progression thing. So basically a pay to win, get more experience and cheat codes in it. So people are really kind of questioning like, what the heck is this? Their only response they've gotten out so far as of, us recording this, they could have done something else by the time people are listening.
Sure.
But was that these are things that are going to be available for in-game currency as well, like that you'll be able to earn them eventually as well.
Okay.
And these are just for people that want them at the start of the game. But that still doesn't quell any questions about, like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be co-op and versus as well. Like, how are these going to affect people that are doing it that way? Cheat codes is really kind of a big, how does that work?
Right. What was the name of that game again?
It's called Rage 2.
Cool. Remind me to take Rage 2 off my shopping list this year.
Yeah, it's
it
the one
even on there?
that you'll be seeing. It's like bright hot pink on all the marketing.
Okay.
Is it was it even on your shopping list to begin with?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, see,
But
the
if
first
it
Rage
ends
was-
up on there by accident, I'm going to take it right off.
The first
Okay.
Rage was really good. It was a little bit. It was pushed out the door before it should have been finished. They were going to add more to it.
That sounds like
But-
Bethesda.
Well, at the time, what it was is they had acquired id Software.
Okay.
So it was one of those. It was in production, and they just kind of
Okay.
like finish it, get
Okay.
done what you can, we'll put it out, and it was a good game. Great gunplay in it. It was fantastic gunplay.
Okay.
The environments were interesting. The characters were pretty good. It was. Obviously, they had bigger ambitions and then just kind of made the game.
Sure, yeah.
So, it's a little disappointing on that end, but it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
And a lot of people were really looking forward to seeing what they were going to do with this one.
Right.
But for some reason, Bethesda is following in EA's footsteps with all these poor decisions lately. And
It's almost like when you give yourself a delivery date before your game is even started, you're asking yourself for trouble. Like, you're just asking for trouble,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
hey, we're going to have the game out this done. It'll be done this day. It'll be released on this day.
And with Rage, it was they hadn't even announced anything, and it got leaked on accident.
Okay.
For Black Friday stuff.
Okay.
So weren't even prepared to say anything, and then I think it was Walmart in Canada had put out a thing about like pre-orders are going to be available soon, and one of the things was Rage 2. So it was kind of like, okay, well, cat's out of the bag. We have to announce this now.
Okay, but that still means that they didn't tell the public, but they still told the retailers.
It's getting ready to go gold as far as like the pre-order bonus stuff goes. So that's why they're talking about like these are the 2 versions that you can get. You can get this expanded one with this extra 2 things for $20 or just the standard version.
Yeah,
So it's not really like putting a date before the game kind of thing, because it was in production, and as soon as it got leaked announced, they put out a bunch of game footage. Like,
okay, well,
so they're like, okay, well, here we had to make a trailer real quick, so they put together just some quick game footage. So it still looks like it's going to be a good game. It's got that, like several other games have lately put a bad taste in people's mouths. So it'll be one of those wait to see if you're going to buy it or rent it or wait for it to go on sale for real cheap, or we'll see what happens.
Or just skip it all.
Kind of like Anthem is as well. A lot of people, like, there's even some big streamers and YouTubers that are kind of telling people, like, just go rent it, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
If you have EA access, you get a 10-hour free demo of Anthem. So
try it for 10 hours.
Yeah, try it for a couple hours. If you like it, then go buy it.
Yeah.
Sweet. If you don't, then hey, you're already an EA access member, so you paid for that beginning of the year, whenever your subscription starts. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with those things, because. Yeah.
Hey, Josh, out of curiosity, what is your favorite video game of all time?
Of all time?
All time.
Oh, that's tough.
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I don't know, like just one single game. Or are we talking like a multiplayer game? Or are we talking like
any game?
Sit on the couch with friends kind of game? Or are we talking like just sit down and playing by yourself? Or?
When you think, hey, I'm just going to sit down and play video games this weekend, what game pops to mind?
BioShock.
Okay.
All right.
The very first one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nice.
Okay.
That's my go-to for if I just like I just want to play something.
Just wanna mess around in a game.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
pop in BioShock.
Okay.
That's kind of my go-to.
Okay.
Plus, I absolutely love the narrative world and everything. I'm a huge fan of it. I have way too much stuff that's BioShock themed and related.
Nice.
Okay.
I have somebody made for me. It's a huge version of the syringe that the little sisters have when they're
Oh, dear.
pulling out the atom.
Oh my gosh.
I've got all the collector's edition stuff. I've got all kinds of big daddies. I've got custom
Wow.
artwork that I've had people make for me
Nice.
and everything
Okay.
just to put up, and just a bunch. I've so many propaganda style posters for Rapture. You know, just little things like that. I'm a huge BioShock fan.
Okay.
Nice.
So that first one, anyway. The second one, it was all right.
Yeah.
Infinite. It was okay.
Okay.
But as far as the first one goes, I absolutely love that
Yeah.
game. It was such a unique story, so well done. The gameplay and everything was just came out of left field. It was a great game.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Still is.
Very nice.
Stephanie, what about you? Hey, Stephanie.
Yes.
You're going to play video games this weekend. What game are you playing?
Oh, okay. So I know I have a PS4, but I only have a game for it right now. And
Okay.
I know I should finish. It's the new Spider-Man game. I know
Yeah.
I should go and finish that. But if we're doing the general question of
When you think,
When I
hey,
think-
I'm going to play video games,
when I-
what game pops into your head?
So I have multiple games that fly through my head because it really depends on the mood, but the thing that I'm in. But there's always one game series that I keep finding myself going back to,
Okay.
and that is the MYST series.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, very
All
good
right.
series.
So for those of you that don't know, because this game is like obscure to like no end.
Depending on your age.
Depending on
that
the
could be a
age.
generation thing.
Yes.
Yeah, depending on the age,
'Cause
depending on the generation.
Our
this-
age group, everybody had that game because it came with everything.
Yeah.
Like, you
That-
could get copies of it with PC Gamer. And
I
like, it
once
was
bought
everywhere.
a gallon of Tide, and there was a demo copy
I
of MYST in
wouldn't
there.
doubt it.
Wow,
No,
they
that's-
really did some good.
Yeah.
Some good marketing. Well, for my generation,
Right.
I say that word and immediately people are like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
So
No, it's the old point and click PC game, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the old point and click PC game that
Classic. One of the best puzzle games of all
Oh
time.
God, I love it so much. What's interesting is that a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, I don't talk with him anymore, just because
Because he's old?
No, because high school happens and then you move away and drift
Oh,
apart.
I see.
And,
Oh,
I see.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a friend you had a long time ago.
Yes.
Not a
So-
friend who is
A former
aged.
acquaintance?
Yes, a former, kind of like
Okay.
that.
I'm sorry.
They're good. No, but I used to hang out with him and everything, and sometimes when I go over to his house, he would be playing the game.
Okay.
But because we were like junior high age and everything, we were too lazy to actually try to sit and solve the puzzles like you're supposed to do.
Okay.
Oh,
So
that game.
You need the walkthrough.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
can get tough.
You need that walkthrough. So he had me on walkthrough duty, like reading it as we're playing and everything. And it got to the point where I'm like, I actually kind of want to try to play this myself. So now I have actually attempted this. I have actually played the first MYST because I actually have it for my DS.
Okay.
I have played the first MYST from the beginning all the way through to I think just after the mechanical age
Okay.
Okay.
without the walkthrough.
Nice.
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 That's about a good, and doing that like without the walkthrough takes maybe 20 minutes.
What's fun about that game too is it's old enough that all the walkthroughs are probably still going to be text based.
Right.
Oh,
There's
yeah, no,
probably
they're
not
all-
very many videos of MYST this day and age.
No, the thing is, so you can find.
So you get to experience what video games were like before the internet.
yeah, no, like thing is, so I could go online and find people playing the walkthrough, but then I know how long it takes to point and click and wait for it to load and point and click and wait for it to load and
Yeah.
just move from point A to point B can take like 5 minutes sometimes, depending on how
Oh,
much
yeah.
the game lags.
Yeah.
Especially when you link with the linking book and it just takes forever sometimes. So it's like I can totally be like, okay, I've seen this scene like 8 times because you keep going back and forth. So I'd rather just pull up the actual walkthrough and try myself.
Yeah.
So
No, sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
those point and click games are fantastic.
Yeah.
One of my other all-time favorites is a game called Shivers. That was very similar to that kind, where
Okay.
it's just you're trapped in a museum and you're trying to figure out puzzles, MYST style, and trying
Nice.
to escape the place again. It's really good. Those Sierra games like that, all
Yeah.
of them were fun
Sierra
games.
has a ton of games like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had entire franchises of those kind of games, like the King's Quest games, and
Oh God, I forgot that was Sierra. Yeah.
There's tons and tons of those point and click adventures.
Oh yeah, no, like I actually like I made it like my purpose. Like whenever I go to like a video game store or Zia Records or anything like that, and I see like a copy of it for a system that I have, I'm like, oh, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
So I have at least the first 4 games. I don't have the 5th one because I'm not a big fan of the 5th one and how they did it.
Okay.
But that's of course after Scion stopped helping out and Ubisoft and everyone else took over and
Oh sure, yeah.
like that was 4 was fantastic. After that it was like okay.
And that can happen too, right?
So-
You have a franchise you love and the company that produces it goes out of business or gets bought out or something,
Yeah.
and the new people that take over, they're like, hey, we're gonna make a new one, and it's like, oh, you missed the thing I liked about it.
But the thing is though,
You know?
Uru, which is like this like spin-off series where you can actually physically see your character, because that's the one thing about Myst, you could not see your character. You didn't know if you were a guy or a girl or
Right.
anything like that. You were a stranger.
Generic first person.
Yeah, generic first person stranger type thing. Uru, like you could actually build your own character, then wander around and like, play this like much later into the future type game, and that one was a lot of fun. So it's like, okay, so something happened with the 5th one. Maybe it's just because Yisha's older and she's kind of being a beach. But I was gonna spell it, then I'm like, no spelling. So
Yeah.
but anyway, but no, I love those games, and occasionally I'll find myself like, I want to go play it again. Like the one I
Yeah.
played the most is probably the 3rd one, which is Exile. So
Okay.
the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
What about me?
Popping up that question. What's your favorite game?
Oh, my favorite game. Boy, that's it's kind of a loaded question. I
Yeah, well,
I know,
it's a
I
loaded
know,
question.
I know.
So you're going like, which system, which era, what
Generation.
Oh
what
no,
month?
no!
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
me,
exactly.
for me, it's actually down to 2 games. That came out a couple years apart, and they're both from the same company.
Okay.
But the one that I will just randomly sit down most of the time and be like, I just need to jam on some games for a little bit, is Mega Man 2 on the NES.
solid.
Yeah,
I've
game,
actually
solid
seen
game.
you sometimes, during like, so I think we had like one day where there was a power outage and we had to
right.
wait for the power to come back on, and you were playing Mega Man 2 on your Switch.
That's right. Yeah, I bought the Legacy Collection for the Switch, and
Yeah, there you go,
specifically for that reason.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the power went out. Well, I'm glad I brought my Switch randomly today.
Are you like me and you have it for like your GameCube and then your 360, and now you're like, I've got it on my Xbox One and I've got some of them on my.
No, I'm not like that at all. I don't understand at all what Stephanie was just saying when she said, oh, I found a copy of Myst for a thing I own and I don't own this version yet. Let me buy that.
Says the man who owns how many copies of Terminator 2?
All of them.
Okay, there you go.
Not 9 if we count the Sega Genesis games.
Hey, I still have a CD binder. I know, dating myself here.
Me too.
Full of Final Fantasy VII discs, because every time I saw it at yard sales or anything like that, when the PlayStation 1 was going out, the PS2 was coming on, I just buy a copy of it and buy a copy of it and buy a copy of it. I sold so many of those things for way more than they should have been worth.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about the Myst games. They're now all on Steam.
Oh,
Oh, are
I
they?
can now just go and I could buy like the whole
Nice.
series and
That's
play it
good
on
to know.
Steam.
Hey,
but I need a Steam account first.
So is the Mega Man Legacy Collection. So
There you
if
go.
you want to play
there
Mega
you
Man
go.
2, you just
Oh,
you can
there's
hop
one
on
more
there.
platform I have to buy it on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I do. Let's see. I have Mega Man 2 on NES. I do have it on the PlayStation 2 Anniversary Collection. I have the Steam Legacy Collection, and I have the Switch Legacy Collection. So yeah, I own at least 4 copies of that game
There
off
you
the
go.
top of my head. I might have more. My brother and I had a shared collection for a long time, and now we don't live in the same house. So I have most of the Super NES and Genesis games, and he has most of the 8-bit Nintendo games.
Okay.
And like our Dreamcast games are sort of split between the two of us, and so I'm not exactly sure what I have.
Did the PS2 one have the Mega Man racing on it? Like the GameCube version did?
I don't know. I feel like it
Talk
should.
about one of the all-time worst games you'll ever play.
So Mega Man Battle and Chase?
Yes.
That game was so bad that I had multiple issues of Game Pro magazine where Capcom had advertised Battle and Chase, full page ad in that magazine. Like, hey, this game's coming out in September, or whatever month it was coming out.
Yeah.
It never came out in the US.
Oh.
Like, it was ready. It was ready to go. There's a translation for it. Like,
I think the only way you can get it is on that specific
it's
collection.
You have to get it on the collection. I think the only way to do this is to like beat all the games, right?
I don't remember.
Like
I just remember it was
there's-
on...
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was my GameCube. It might have been a different
Okay.
one, but I'm almost positive it was my GameCube.
I know for a fact it's on the GameCube one because one of my buddies has the GameCube one, and we've played it at his house. I have the PS2 one, and I don't.
Because I remember us trying to play it and going, oh, God, and just putting in Double Dash.
Yeah. Well,
Like, that was
sure. Also, Battle and Chase was supposed to come out like 1998,
Yeah.
right? So the only thing you have to compare it to at that point is Mario Kart 64, because there weren't any
Yeah.
other like mascot racing games at the time.
no. I don't think Crash was out at that point.
No,
even,
Crash
so,
Team Racing
yeah.
was still another year or two away. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe Diddy Kong, but that's basically the same thing as.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. Anyways,
That's basically just
Mega
Mario
Man
Kart.
2. That one, and then the other one is Street Fighter as a franchise.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I have spent so much time on so many different Street Fighter games that it's hard to pick one, but some combination of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 2, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike would be my favorite of
As
them.
long as you're not going to say the Game Boy port of Street Fighter 2 will be okay.
No. Although the Game Boy Advance port of Super Turbo is surprisingly
Really
good.
well done.
Yeah.
Yes, but the original Game Boy
No.
of Street Fighter
No,
is
'cause-
horrible.
Well, there's only 9 of the 12 characters to begin with.
Were there actually 9?
Yeah.
I didn't even think there were that many on that one.
I think it was exactly 9, and yeah, like Sagat's not in there.
Because I remember, what is it, Mortal Kombat 2, there's like
7
6
or
maybe.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You get like one of the ninjas, one of the girls, Jax.
Yeah,
That's about it.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, and then the Game Boy just had limited capacity. Like, it just
Yeah.
didn't have the memory to hold all those characters, so they did the
True.
best they could.
Yeah, the technology wasn't there at the time to put that much information on such a small,
Right.
Yeah.
small
Right.
memory.
Yeah. I remember
cartridge.
playing Mortal Kombat 1 on the bus to summer camp.
Yeah.
Back when that was a viable, when that was the option, right? It was,
Yeah.
if you want to play portable gaming, we have the Game Boy and maybe someone has a Game Gear.
Or Tiger Electronics
Oh,
LCD.
Yeah. I never had any Tiger games, but I did have
Really?
I did have one of Konami's Ninja Turtle ones.
Okay.
So it wasn't
I also
right.
want to say like the Tiger handles almost
was-
a genre
Sure.
rather than a specific brand. Like it was a brand.
Konami had
but
those taller ones though,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
The taller Lanky was more like a spaceship.
I think I had the Top Gun one.
Yeah, that was one of the Konami's. Yeah.
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 'Cause didn't the Konami one for the Ninja Turtles have the same artwork from the NES game on it? With the red bandanas and stuff?
One of them did.
One of
Yeah,
them, okay.
yeah. Mine was Turtles 3, which I think had the cover of the Mirage version of the movie adaptation for the first movie. Like the cover
Okay.
the cover of the comic book adaptation of the movie that's based on the original comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Comic book
confusing.
adaptation of a movie that's based on a comic book.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's Ninja Turtles the movie the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the comic based
That's
on the movie based on a
fantastic.
comic.
You gotta love
There
those.
you go.
Yeah, that's right up there with Street Fighter the movie.
Or when they have
The
like
game.
the movie version of a book that's based on a book. I
Right.
love those. Those
Yeah.
are just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, can I just read the book?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes. Weird tangent. I recently acquired off eBay the novelization of the first Ninja Turtles movie
Nice.
from 1990, written by B.B. Hiller, or adapted by B.B.
Yeah.
Hiller. I read the entire
Is that a
thing.
Scholastic book?
It was. It might have been. I don't have it on me. I don't remember.
Scholastic book fairs.
I remember
were
I
the
had a
thing.
Scholastic Ninja Turtles movie book thing. I don't know if it was
Okay.
like an official like the movie book or I just
Yeah.
I remember I had something from
Okay.
Scholastic.
It's a novel that's just paperback
Yeah.
sized and it's like 90 pages or something. and
Yeah.
Big type with
real thin and like
Yeah, it's- yeah.
It might have been. I might have had that.
Might be. Yeah.
That's
I'll,
fantastic. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'll take a photo of it, put it on our Instagram
Yeah,
so
I
people
wanna-
can check it
definitely
out.
wanna see
There you go.
But yeah, it was interesting because I specifically remember reading that in second grade.
Yeah.
And there you go. That's how old I am. That 1990 Ninja Turtles movie came out, and I was in second grade. Yeah, and I just remember me and my friends Arvind and Dolph were all sitting around being big Ninja Turtles fans, and one of us got that book, and I don't remember which of us it was. It may have been me. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I haven't looked at this book in years, and I haven't owned it, if at all, since it was new. So, and I found it on eBay for, I don't know, like $5 or something. And cover price is like $3.95. So I was like, okay, I'm not getting ripped off or anything. It's just there's a little bit of inflation. And it's not in perfect condition. Like there's like a coffee stain on the cover and stuff. But it was fun spending my bus ride reading that book again and being like, oh, I forgot about this line that's not in the movie. And oh, I forgot about this little extra bit of characterization.
Well, that's always the thing is there's always some random chapter that's like, this is not in the movie at all. And it's usually out of left field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for that one, it's the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's an ending to the first Ninja Turtles movie that got filmed and never got put in the
Really?
movie.
I
Yeah, and
didn't
it's
know that.
not, or it wasn't on any of the DVD releases that I'm aware of. And it's April. So in the first Turtles movie, April's like drawing a bunch of the turtles throughout the film.
Maybe spoiler alert.
Yeah,
I don't
spoiler
know
for
if
a
it's-
movie from 1990.
Yeah, I don't know. If you haven't seen it,
What's wrong with
Google
it?
it real quick.
Yeah, it's
You can probably find it on YouTube.
It's
Yeah.
probably on YouTube
Yeah.
backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the full version of Willow the other day on YouTube.
Perfect.
Ninja Turtles
Yeah.
is probably on there.
Yeah, and if it's not, you can probably find it in Walmart's $5 bin.
That is probably very likely.
Or at any used bookstore you have in your town.
Yeah,
Library,
Yeah.
anything.
Listen, I will say straight up, if you are not a Ninja Turtles fan and you want to know the best way to find out what they are, the 1990 movie it's 92 minutes long or something, and it's the best version of Ninja
Oh,
Turtles.
yeah.
Like if you're like, I don't know what Turtles is, cool. Spend an hour and a half, watch this.
Well, and then even still, like it's dated a little bit as far as like the fashion goes and little
Sure.
things you see, but the practical effects in it still look fantastic.
Jim Henson's Creature Shop,
Yeah,
right? The
they
Turtles were
still look
technically Muppets.
so good.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Very
there were
nice.
dudes in costumes. There wasn't CGI back then.
Yeah, it's
So-
still Splinter looks fantastic.
Yeah.
All the turtles
Yeah,
look
because
great.
CGI
like,
was until until almost 99.
that movie. If you watch it
I said
again,
almost 99.
I mean, Terminator 2 came out the next year and kind of blew everyone away with the CGI in that. So
Okay.
yeah, I
fair.
mean, CGI
But-
really got revolutionized with Jurassic Park, and after
Yeah.
that, it's
Oh,
been,
that's right,
It's basically
yeah.
been,
And that was
That
93.
was the standard since then.
Yeah.
so.
okay.
But that Ninja Turtles movie,
no, it was
though,
computer
man,
animation that I was thinking of.
if you watch that today,
that's the same thing.
Oh, well,
CGI is computer generated imagery.
it has been a long week, sir.
That's fair. That is absolutely
It's
fair.
Friday.
It
It's
is.
all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying was though that Ninja Turtles movie with that
Yeah.
practical effects, it makes you want to wonder why they went with digital so heavily with the new ones.
Probably because it was faster.
It's probably cheaper too.
It may cheaper and faster are two sometimes synonymous terms in Hollywood.
That's true.
You
That
know,
is very
like
true.
well, it'll take
Because they don't have to
more
pay
time
the
but less
special
money.
effects shop to create the prototypes and
Right.
figure out the comic
Right.
Yep.
costumes.
Right.
They can go, hey, spend a few hours on that computer and create me a.
Right. I'm just wondering why there hasn't been a good Ninja Turtles video game in a long time.
I can't answer that one for you.
You know, the first one at NES is hard as balls.
It probably has something to do with licensing or who has the licensing.
Well,
to
I know Ubisoft had it for a really long time, and that explains why there wasn't a good one for years.
it. Yeah.
I did play a pretty cool arcade one recently.
I think the last one that was even released was with the animated. Gosh, it was a couple animated series ago, I think.
There were some on for the 2003 animated series, and I have those for the Game Boy Advance, and
Yeah.
those are really fun. If you want a cool,
I think there was like a
action platformer.
A console arcade might be on Steam too for the was it the Nickelodeon one?
Yeah, the 2012
Oh, so
one.
that it's probably it might be made by THX.
THQ.
THQ, that's right, THQ.
Yeah, and they're not a company anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not.
So-
Yeah. That explains
Yeah,
why
so
I
I'm
haven't gotten good Nickelodeon games in a while.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
most of my PS2 games consist of like a few Nickelodeon games, and then Star Wars.
Sure. Okay.
So-
THQ, the LJN of a future generation.
Oh no. Oh no. That's actually not completely incorrect because the same guy founded both companies.
Nice.
Did he really? I
Yeah.
didn't even realize that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, there's no wonder there were so many
Or
just
no.
spat out THQ games.
I might be mistaken. He may have founded Jack's Pacific, which ended up, I think, owning THQ or working with them on a bunch of video games or something. Anyways, the two companies, like LJN and THQ,
Yeah.
are related as like distant
That's-
cousins somehow.
that is funny.
So yeah.
So,
Because they both put out those products like,
oh yeah, no, for sure.
man.
So,
Not every week you could go into a Walmart for the while and find a new SpongeBob or Angry Beavers
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
or something, and
Yeah.
Game Boy
I ha-
Advance came.
the two games that I have for my PS2 is one called The Fairly Odd Parents: A Shadow Showdown, and the
Yeah.
other one is Nicktoons Unite, where you could play as either Danny Phantom, Timmy Turner, SpongeBob SquarePants, or Jimmy Neutron.
Huh.
I always play as Danny.
Wasn't there a Nicktoons version of Smash Brothers too?
There was also that as well. There's like
Yeah.
Nicktoons Versus or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Again, aimed at my generation with the
Right,
PS2.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, oddly enough, when you were speaking about the alternate versions and like the lines that weren't in the Turtles movie,
Yeah.
it made me think back in 2005, 6, I don't know when, after Episode 3, Star Wars Episode 3 came out.
Yes.
Obviously, there was the novelization where they had, scenes and moments that weren't in the film that I really enjoy.
Right.
Which I'd highly recommend everybody go read the novelization.
Actually, a conversation that you and I had about that novelization that made me want to go buy the Turtles novelization.
Exactly, yeah. But however, there was a video game released for episode 3.
Okay.
And it is really freaking good.
Okay.
It's mostly single player. If you want to do multiplayer, it's kind of like a versus mode.
Okay, yeah.
Where, you're fighting against each other in 3 rounds. And
Sure.
then, kind of Smash Bros-esque style, but it's only 2 people can play.
Right.
But no, the game is really, really good. That was the other game I would always kind of go back to and play because I'm playing through the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple of scenes and moments that weren't in the film, but it was kind of hinted at oh, that did happen.
Sure.
So we're going to have it happen here. But there is one thing about that game that the very first time I played it, I didn't have, this is before I realized cheat codes were a thing.
Sure.
And before I realized, I could have unlimited force and health so I don't have to die. Excellent.
Yeah.
So I was doing the battle of Obi-Wan versus Anakin. And if you make it all the way to because there's multiple cutscenes that you have to go through for the whole fight before
Sure.
you can get to the final part of the fight.
Okay.
Because you have to bring Anakin's health down so much each time.
Yes.
Because you're playing as Obi-Wan in this. In that last segment, if Anakin kills you, you get an alternate ending to episode 3.
Really?
That's cool.
So to give you an idea, what happens is, oh crap, you're out of health. Instead of your character falling and dying, suddenly it just goes straight to a cutscene. Obi-Wan jumps off. He's standing up there saying, I have the high ground, sort of thing that he says. And then Anakin just jumps up, and instead of him slicing off his limbs, he stabs Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan rolls down the hill into the lava, and I cry.
Oh, no.
And then Anakin walks off, leaving Padme on the other platform, goes to the arriving Emperor, takes the new lightsaber that the Emperor has from him, and then kills him with it.
Kills the Emperor?
Yes. And then the clones bow down to him, and that's it. That's the end. And I'm sitting there going
Whoa.
what did I just watch? Mentally just falling apart.
There's a way to reboot a series, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm just sitting
Let's
there.
do that.
What if Anakin killed the Emperor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sat there the very first time I played, my jaw was dropped, my eyes were wide, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is this? So I actually, every time I go back and play it, I would try to do unlimited health so that wouldn't happen again. Because it traumatized me as a child. Of course, now I go back and play it so I can show people see?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
I kind of want that ending.
That's got to be on YouTube, right?
It probably is by now.
Yeah.
Because that would have happened around the start of YouTube, so people have
it's
probably
there in 240p.
It probably is. If I find it, what I will do is I will post it on our Facebook page.
Okay.
I'll make sure it has both the original ending and the ending, the alternate one.
Okay.
So everybody can see what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Because it's just oh
That's
my god, ow. Because it hurt to watch Obi-Wan get stabbed and then roll down into the lava. And I'm sitting there going this is at my peak of Star Wars fandom when I'm watching them every weekend and loving it and fangirling over Ewan McGregor and everything like that. So I'm no! Crying. No.
I'm glad Optimus Prime died when I was a kid, so I very quickly got over my hero. My hero died. Great. Well, now there's nothing to live for.
Yeah. When growing up in the 80s, they kind of prepared us for, things going badly with our children's movies, like The Never-Ending Story. Really? Artex? Really?
Yeah.
In the middle of the movie.
Yep. Horse just drowns in the big vial of mud.
Thing is, I've never really had much of an issue with it. I've watched Lion King with Mufasa dying. I've watched, a lot of... films like that where, something sad like that may happen for, the kids' movies and everything. And I enjoyed them.
Duke went into a coma.
But this is one of the few, instances where just because I was at, this, I'm building up my love and fandom for Star Wars at this moment.
Yeah.
And then this happens.
Yeah.
It was
oh yeah, no, that's gonna be traumatic.
Yeah.
If I found it now and played it and watched that, I might have the same reaction, but it wouldn't be quite as drastic. It'd be
right.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah. That's pretty great. Hey, if that was the actual official canon, though, we never would have gotten Star Wars Masters of Terras Kasi. And
I still play that game.
The galaxy would be much better. So
I still play that game occasionally. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. All right. That's fair. This is a Gamoran Guard, one of the characters in that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
So is a Tusken Raider.
Okay.
Boba Fett, Han Solo, Chewbacca.
Is Mara Jade playable in that? Or is it
Is there
some
a
other
video game with her?
No. I think it was actually was she? I can't remember now.
Is there a video game with her?
There's
Maybe.
unlockable characters, and I can't remember.
There are some weird ones in there.
Yeah, I can't remember if she was or not. I'll have to double check it because I don't have it like saved, so I just get on there I throw the disc in and occasionally play it.
I could be conflating because that game came out kind of at the height of Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
Right? And
I just
that
can't
was
remember 'cause
kind of the beginning of everyone's introduction, the mainstream introduction to the expanded universe.
She might be in there. I know there's more than one female character in there.
have
There's
the
the
internet
weird
on my
lady with the
phone.
arm, and then there was Leia. Mara Jade might have been in there. I can't remember.
Well,
But that was a fun one. Really the best PS1 era Star Wars game, I don't know if you ever played it, was Jedi Power Battles. It's one where we actually get to, you're playing as Jedi, that's all it is.
Excellent.
It takes place episode 1
All right.
And you get to choose from Obi-Wan, Plo Koon, Anakin, just everybody.
Plo.
Actually, no, Anakin's not in there. I'm sorry. It's basically all the Jedi except for
Anakin.
You get to play through, and it's a good game. Everybody's got different force powers, and they got their different lightsabers and everything. It's a really good game.
I'm guessing because probably when it came out, it was before Episode 2, before he was probably a Jedi, I'm assuming.
Yeah. It came out episode 1. The story evolves around basically what the Jedi were doing when everybody else was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were the Jedi doing? There was a war going on in Naboo. Where is everybody? This kind of explains.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so Arden Lynn is one of the playable characters.
She's the lady with the arm gauntlet thing.
Right, and Princess Leia. But Mara Jade is in the game.
Okay.
There is a Mandalorian in blue and yellow named Jodo Kast.
Yeah.
And
Because at the time, the lore was much different.
Right.
Yep.
And the Tusken Raider in the game is named Hoar.
Yeah.
Hoar. Hoar.
Nice.
It's that's a classy name. Thanks, Star Wars.
And he basically says his name when he does his.
Yeah.
He's a Pokemon. or a bugbear, as my theater friends would know.
Yes. Yeah. And the Gamorrean guard is named Thok, which is not as funny as Hoar.
Fair enough.
No.
So, the Star Wars games I had were pretty much that Episode 3 one, all of the Lego Star Wars, the Force
Those are fun.
The Force Unleashed games. I had a couple of Clone Wars ones that came out when the series came out.
Sure.
And then I have Star Wars Bounty Hunters, the one where you play as Boba Fett.
Okay.
And I still have yet to play.
Well, that was the one with Jango Fett, wasn't it?
Jango Fett, that's
Yeah,
right. The one with Jango Fett. And
I was like, wait a minute, was there a Boba Fett one?
yeah, no. The one with Jango Fett.
Close enough.
For some reason, out of all the Star Wars
That's
games,
really what I have to go find a video game.
Right.
out of all the Star Wars ones, that's the one I have actually not touched or played.
Oh,
Really?
So I got it from a friend of mine, and then I just never put it in or played it because at that time I was so into prequel mode with everything that I don't know why. I just never picked it up and played it, and now I'm like, I should probably play this and actually see how it
It
is.
was a pretty solid game. From
I've
what I
heard
remember,
that.
I haven't
Yeah.
played it in a long time. I think I have it on GameCube still. I need to
So
maybe I can't remember what system I have it on.
Yeah.
But I need to throw that in. That was a good game. It was fun. They give you different targets that you had to hunt, and just I don't know. It was a fun game. It was.
I think I was also just in the mode of I want to play something with a lightsaber and not really something with a blaster. And now I
that's
have
fair.
now I have the mentality of I probably should go play that because Jango Fett's cool.
Yeah, because
So-
they really leaned on him having the dual blasters and the rockets and everything. They really.
Okay, yeah. Now my interest is piqued.
If I remember right, it was pretty decent gameplay too.
Nice. Okay.
I remember a couple distinct parts of the game just running through trying into this battle arena trying to hunt somebody down and it was a good game. It was fun because it was basically just you taking on job after job after job and all these little side things. It was,
Nice.
It was good. It was a solid. I was back in the days before EA Star Wars games.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. If I'm going to play a game where I'm using a blaster and wearing blue, I'm just going to go back to Mega Man.
Yeah,
There you go.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny. Destiny too. So we only got a couple minutes. I'll bring this up.
Okay.
I actually unlocked it recently with one of their new things. It's a gun called the Jotun.
Okay.
Right. And it's basically a Mega Man blaster in Destiny.
Nice.
It's literally a gun that you wear on your arm.
Yeah.
And it charges up and fires a big fireball.
That's great. Okay.
It's basically just the Mega Buster.
That's
all it
pretty
is.
Very
cool.
nice.
Yeah. It is so satisfying to run around because it makes this big noise and just shoots out this fire. It's just a blast.
Cool.
I know it's completely off subject, but
No, that's fine.
It's still video games.
Yeah.
it's just one of those. I unlocked it a few days ago, and I've just been running around playing with it like crazy since then. Just
There you go.
It was such a pain in the butt to unlock.
The Mega Buster is my favorite weapon in Dead Rising as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I never play Dead Rising for the story. I just go around killing zombies in the mall, right? Because that's what that game's for. There's a story, I guess. I don't care. But yeah. Even like the silly Nerf foam ones, like it's just fun to run around and shoot zombies with Megaman.
Oh yeah.
Buster,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So.
And it's fun in Mega Man to kill all his enemies with a Hadouken
Yes.
or Dragon Punch.
Yes. Yes. Hadouken. Yeah.
And that was finding out how to unlock that when we were kids.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Barely an internet at all at the time.
When Mega Man X came out, there was no internet. It was 1993. I guess there was internet.
There was
but,
internet.
Okay, but it was Usenet.
It was
like all
Windows
dot.
3.1 and barely connecting kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like 32K modem.
Yes. I don't think I even had a computer in the house at that point.
Oh yeah, my dad. Growing up, we used to have the Commodore 64 where I'd have to hang the phone on the thing and put the disc in and type in the right thing to be able to download a game.
Right. Yep.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. That was you got to put the cassette in too to turn on. And I'm talking like cassette that you put in your car to listen to music.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was
wow.
ridiculous.
We've really simplified things over the years.
Oh yeah.
This phone that I have in my hand now has more processing power than the computers that we sent NASA to, like that NASA used to send people to the moon in 1969.
Yep.
Oh, the thing that's furthest from our planet that we have made.
Yeah.
That thing could run rings around the processor on that.
Right.
And we're sending that to another galaxy.
And I just use this to look up and find out that a Tusken Raider is named Hoar.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we're not going to get better than that today. So
I
there's
get the
nothing
feeling
more
that should be the
2019
title of
than
the
that
episode.
sentence.
I almost get the feeling that should be the title of the episode, but I don't know how we feel about that.
A Tusken Raider named Hoar. That's fantastic. I think it has to be now.
yeah.
All right, it's going to be the thing.
All right, guys. Well, that's all the time we've got for today. Let's give out some social media stuff so people can contact us. Let us know if there's anything you guys want us to talk about in particular. And just let us know, how you feel about the show in general.
So you can always find us on Twitter and on Facebook at Atomic Monsoon. You can check us out on Atomic_Monsoon on Instagram.
Yes.
Email us at atomicmonsoon@gmail.com. Check out our stuff on Redbubble. Obviously, listen to us on the Voice America Variety Channel, 10 a.m. on Sunday, Pacific Standard Time. And all that jazz on other listening streaming devices, places like iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, so on and so forth.
Your favorite podcasting platform.
All of the podcasting platforms.
Yes.
So, well, this has been a fun and exciting episode, has it not?
It has.
It has. We enjoy talking about video games.
Hey, I just got some news. Duke's going to be okay.
Yay! And on that good news, we're going to go have a nice weekend. You guys do as well, and we'll see you all next week. Bye!
Peace.